See, Zodiac, your mind, it is like a gun. And you want to load it up with little itty bitty bullets of knowledge.
What's going on, family? It's your guy Boro, the Lucky Libra, and thank you for tuning in to another episode. And as you can see by the title, we're wrapping up the Cusp Element series with the Fire Water Cusp, alright? Or we could say the Water Fire Cusp, alright? Because the water signs do become before the fire signs in this sense. However, when we're looking at cusp energies in the zodiac, if you want a deeper breakdown on degrees and cusp energies, go ahead, click the link in the description, alright, and check out the video I did on that a couple of weeks ago, alright, family. So we're gonna go ahead and wrap up the series with the water and the fire cusp. In my opinion, I believe these are some of the most creative placements in the zodiac, alright. Very creative energy that comes together when we put the fire and water element together, alright. Excuse me, family. I'm over here drinking some soda. I don't even be trying to touch soda like that, but I really didn't want to drink some coffee before knocking this last video out for the collective and whatnot. So I need a little something to shake it up real quick. You feel me? So let's get into it with this water fire energy. I needed that fire spark for this one. You feel me? I can't do any type of video with fire energy and do it, you know, with no dull energy. I ain't trying to do no video with no dull energy in the first place. Okay, not with the sun and moon in the firehouse. So for the most part, when we look at water and fire cusp, okay, I theme this energy. Before we get into it, we know that cusp degrees are only going to be 28, 29, 0, 1, and 2 degrees. Alright? So if you got a planet falling into any of these degrees, you need to understand this planet is picking up on 2 energies, 2 frequency vibrations, 2 constellations. 28 and 29 degrees would be more so the last end elderly, okay, stages of a constellation. 0 would be that midpoint 50-50. So this is where we would want to say a planet is 50-50, whether it's your sun, moon, Mercury, Mars, Venus. And then when we look at 1 and 2 degrees, this would be more so the baby, the early stages, still weak souls using the wisdom and knowledge of experience, excuse me, of 28 and 29 degrees. All right, so I named this theme for water and fire cusp the intuitive creatives, alright, because this is exactly what they are. This is exactly what they are. So we have the Cancer Leo cusp, the Scorpio Sag cusp, and the Pisces Aries cusp. So first let's get into the Cancer Leo cusp. I call this cusp emotions on the stage. Now this is a powerful energy right here. This is a real powerful energy with planets falling into this energy, this cusp, especially your sun and moon. Now, when we look at the Cancer Leo cusp, this is cardinal water Cancer ruled by the moon, creating and initiating, being a leader of the emotions, the leader of the feel and the vibration in the environment, in the room or whatnot. And, but ultimately dealing with the internal energies and reacting and responding based off of the emotions. Then we have Leo, fixed fire, ruled by the sun. So this is being consistent, alright, with your ways of dealing with how you express, how you see and feel about things. Alright, also ruled by the sun, dealing with awareness, alright, expression, creation, alright, vitality, being seen, attention, light. So we have the ultimate masculine energy ruled by the sun and the ultimate feminine energy ruled by the moon. And this is why I call it emotions on the stage, because these people react and respond to how they feel and see, aka they are emotionally connected to what they're creatively into, how they express themselves, on a literal terms, how they express themselves. They are there's a lot of emotion back behind how they want people to see a certain point. They could really, the emotions is super worn on the stage here. I couldn't help. I meant to say on the sleeve. Look, I said on the stage because there's emotions on the stage here. So in a creative way, they have a strong emotional intent in making sure their creativity is being seen here now. All right. So these type of people is like, if they're a singer, you're gonna see them singing in the hotel lobby when you just going to check in and go to check out your hotel room. You gonna see them doing something attached and expressed with what they may be creatively into, just in that state. But as far as just not even talking about creative and artistic expression, you know, even though that's emphasized because it's Leo energy, you know, this person here, with these energies, depending on what planets is falling here, but this energy period wants to take the emotion and find ways to give it light, find ways for other people to feel it, all right? Find ways to connect that, all right? Connect its creativity. So it's like with the sun and moon here and whatnot, like these people, they can't, this energy here can't hold in how it feels about something. It has to give it some type of expression for others to see that. Okay, it's hard to hold things in here. This could play out pretty much all of these cusp energies, it being hard to hold an emotion and not express these things. All right, so these people, the Cancer Leo cusp, they are very passionate. They're very passionate about things that's home oriented, close to the family environment. Very loyal to this energy. Very loyal to the family home environment. All right? You know, have a lot of pride in their family name. This Cancer Leo cusp. Okay? And they are real creative with how they also deal with their home space, with their private space, with their forms of solitude. These people be having what they're creatively into in their shit. Like, so if they rapper, they most likely got a home studio, laptop equipment, everything where they could do all of that where they home at, where they feel the most comfortable. Cancer. Comfortable. Okay? So yeah, this Cancer Leo cusp, but the thing is, when I say they put the emotions on the stage, I'm like, this is not no game now. This is not no game now. So when they're in the emotional bag, it's dynamic here. It's the moon and the sun. So when they in their emotional bag and they feel a way about something, it could be impactful. It could be strong. It could be intense on others. How they express it. So if you're dealing with these people, and y'all was in a situationship or something, oh man. Woo! Once they find out you was messing around with somebody else, or once they find out you wasn't loyal to what they cared about, like how they was loyal about what they cared about, without having to initiate the title of it, because now we dealing with fire, water, so it's all feeling and sight here. It's all feeling and awareness. We're not dealing with thought. We're not dealing with practicality. So it's going to be a high potential for creativity, but high potential for illusions and getting lost in emotions at the same time, family. We always got to analyze both spectrums of energy. So it's like with this cusp, man, when they in the emotional bag, once again, it's like they're gonna, once that situationship find out, like, you know, the energy wasn't being reciprocated or something, be prepared. Be prepared for that strong expression of that emotion. Be prepared for that to be dumped out on you. I just tell you that with this cusp, with all of these cusps. But the Cancer Leo one is the strongest one when it comes to, yes, it's the strongest one. Ooh, these is all strong. These is all strong. But when we got the energies of the sun and moon, here, you know, they make it seem. These people, they don't care about, okay, this is the difference. This is the difference between them and the other cusp. So we got the Cancer Leo cusp and we got the Scorpio, Sag, Pisces, Aries. The difference They're all strong with how they express their emotion. Now the thing is with the Cancer Leo one, is emotions on the stage. So they will make a fucking scene. They will make a scene. They don't care. They don't care about who's around or whatnot. They gonna express their emotion, and that's gonna be that. Whoever's around that, yeah, we gonna make a scene. Let's make a scene. But if I feel a type of way, then I don't care about all of that. Like this going. So this is why I had to name it that. That's why I had to name it that. But this is why when it comes out to their creativity is that dynamic too. When they in the booth, when they expressing themselves, when they're on the stage, when they're competing, when they're playing sports, when they're doing what they do in their endeavors, yeah, they do it with their heart. But especially if it's dealing with some type of performance or being on the stage, creativity, expression, making music, art, all of that. Woohoo! They beast here. They beast. But they can't. They beast, but they can be insecure with how they here too as well though. They can be insecure with their creative abilities here too. So they got that internal battle as well though. But goddamn, they creative. So that's the Cancer Leo cusp. Emotions on the stage. Now we have Scorpio Sag cusp. This is one of my favorite cusps too. This is one of my favorite cusps. I said the Leo Virgo cusp, one of my favorite cusps. Then I got this Scorpio Sag cusp. This is one of my favorite cusps too. Now I call this the light in the dark. The light in the dark. Now Scorpio, fixed water. Ruled by Mars, co-ruled by Pluto. So this having a fixed way of dealing with your vibes, with your emotions, with your emotional state, how you deal with the transformations of your emotional state and relate and connect the emotions. Fixed way of dealing with this, consistent way of dealing with this, its own way of dealing with this. Alright, relies on its own independent ways of dealing with this. And it's ruled by Mars and Pluto, so we dealing with passions, motives, intentions, goals, okay, ambition, but it's put into the emotion here, so it's all deep into a heavy current. Now we have Sagittarius, mutable fire, ruled by Jupiter. Okay, ate me a little apple strudel before I ate an apple strudel fast as hell before I did the video. I don't know why I didn't just take my time. Anyways, dealing with all this old ass heartburn. Now we got Sagittarius. Threw me off. Mutable fire, ruled by Jupiter. Okay, so we dealing with, alright, being adaptable. Alright, being exchangeable with that fire energy, aka awareness, how it sees things, creative attributes. But the Jupiter influence here, so it's being relatable with that knowledge and wisdom, what it's learned from its experiences, alright? Being able to storytell, dealing with its adventures in life, alright? Its philosophical, broad perspectives and outlooks. So, these are two very spiritual signs off rip, alright? Dealing with this 8th house energy, Scorpio, you know, the occult, esoteric like energy. Then Sagittarius dealing with the house of enlightenment, philosophy, travel, physically within the mind, learning from your experiences, spiritual expansion. So the reason I called it the light in the dark, because these people be having a lot of wisdom about things that you ain't know they have a lot of wisdom about. These people be experiencing a lot of things people don't be knowing they be experiencing. These people be learning a lot of things, alright? And it takes them a little minute to understand people around them and learning the things that they learning. Whether it's the things that they just came in contact, things that they manifested in their life, especially if your moon is anywhere in this cusp. If your moon is anywhere in this cusp, it's like you naturally manifest in certain situations, paying attention to people like me, paying attention to the cult or esoteric energies, things with dealing with astrology. Probably always been into studying things with religion. This cusp may not be into religion, but likes to learn about religion, philosophies, and things with spirituality, period. Now, when we look at these energies, this person is going to have a fixed way of how they express their knowledge and wisdom. So they're gonna have certain philosophies, morals, even if this person's not, you know, on a spiritual path or whatnot, but the way they express what they've learned and the experiences and the gems that they picked up in this lifetime, they're gonna have a passion behind it. They're gonna have a passion with how they express it. Alright? So this Sagittarius energy, when it hits that cusp, it brings a lot of this heavy Scorpio energy up. It finds ways to take deep energy, heavy energy, and enlighten others, but enlighten you to see things from a more it's like it help. This energy is a great type of teacher or person that can make things that are hard to learn more. This is like this type of coach helps you develop, the coach or teacher helps you develop different concepts and ways to analyze and look at what you're challenged with or what you're struggling with. You know, these type of people are good at that. Okay, things that are impacting your emotions heavy, this type of friend be able to give you some advice, a gem on how to raise that energy somehow, see how to transform that, see how to connect that to something, give you a different way to look at this type of energy, this type of person. That's why it's like this is a real spiritual energy here. Because this person is always trying to expand beyond the things dealing with the occult, esoteric, or energies behind the scenes. So they want to learn a lot about what people aren't learning about. And once they find out is something that isn't in the light, they are very studious about these things. And that could be in anything they do. So it's not just such an emphasis on spirituality, but this could be a person dealing with career things. They find out how about to make money about some behind the scenes, how people wasn't making money. Yeah, that's it. They about to find that out and take over and expand on that and create their own philosophical way of doing it after finding out the blueprint of it. Real creative here. Real creative here. All right. You know, the light and the dark. These people are natural influences to others to dive into things that they're not aware about. By the way, they're just always like this, especially if the sun is here. The sun here is just gonna be expressing and communicating a lot of things that you know, they by default, like they'll express things that are not like light situations, like heavy transformative situations, but they'll make light of it, have a philosophy about it, and then this will manifest into your friend or that person that you know that comes off giving you another way of looking at life, the way you wasn't looking deeper or broader about certain situations. So like they're just naturally enlightening in a lot of different type of ways. Even, you know, once again, people that are not on their spiritual path or nothing, they don't got to really dive into that energy. It's still not. You think everybody on this cusp is on their spiritual path? But if you incarnated with placements here, that says something. That goes for a lot of other spiritually inclined placements. All right. So yeah, man. They're passionate to learn. They're passionate about learning. Okay. They're intense with their learning. They're intense with their learning. And they can be very, like, when I say sneaky, this is times 10. When I say sneaky, this is times 10. Alright? Like, they can be very like they can be real evasive. I'm here now and now I'm gone type of energy with these people. Like, these could be the type of people you date and they like you and you like them, but in them first dating stages, getting to know each other, almost like it's hard to get a hand on them. Like these people are like hard to get a hand on. They just know how to be in and out in some type of spiritual mystical way. These people hear a lot of people tell them that. All right. So that's what we're dealing with, that Scorpio Sag energy right there. Okay. Passionate about teaching others, enlightening others to other things as well, you know. So Next we have, last but not least, this is another one of my favorite cusp as well. The Pisces Aries cusp. Okay, this is very creative cusp. The Pisces Aries cusp. Okay, and I call this the spiritual freestyler. The spiritual freestyler. So when we got Pisces and Aries, the Alpha and the Omega, all right, the beginning and the end, the OG, okay, you know, person I learned a whole lot from, my guy Dolo the Pilot, man. Y'all already know what it is, Soul Group. You know, when he talks about Pisces and Aries, he really has explained, like, you know, we really don't know which one of these constellations is first, but also how, like, they have so much similarities, and they really do. Pisces could be in a more evolution state of things, ending cycle of things, as Aries could be in a more birth type of energy. But they're dealing with a lot of the same, like, psyche and forms of spiritual. Aries is a very creative sign, y'all. Do not get it twisted. Alright? Aries is a real spiritual sign. They're doing things from raw intention. They're doing things from raw sight. That's you leaning on creativity, you touching creativity, you already touching on some spiritual shit. Alright? Your ability to create and bring things into existence has to deal with forms of spirituality, best believe it. Your ability to manifest. You know, your ability to bring things from the esoteric into some form of reality. Alright? Now, when we look at the Pisces Aries cusp, this is mutable water ruled by Jupiter. Alright? Being mutable and adaptable towards how you connect the emotion, consider the emotion. Alright? Relate to the subconscious, deal with your imaginations and dreams. Okay? And then we have Aries, cardinal fire, ruled by Mars. This is creating and initiating, starting a new way to deal with your sight, how you see things, how you feel about things, your passions, your aspirations, and how you want to express yourself. So this cusp right here has really creative ways, but inspirational at the same time, of expressing themselves. These people are motivated to enlighten others here. Okay, this cusp, you know, when we look at the Pisces Aries cusp, we know Mars is dealing with motivation. But when we talk about that Jupiter Neptune like influence on top of motivation, there's a motive to truly learn in this lifetime, to experience things dealing with its own form of creativity. Like, it's really, like, it's like gonna be rare to see some of these cusp signs not dealing with forms of creativity, like straight up creative endeavors. Even the careers that they're in, if it's not a certain creative endeavor or art that they're into, it may have to deal with them having to use their creativity in part of what they do. Okay? With this cusp, you know, they set a lot of intentions on dealing with their creative attributes. Mars could be Aries could be once again a real concentrated energy, so they get real concentrated with their imagination here. Okay? These people could be real stubborn with how they deal with their imagination. They got a dream for something, they willing to go through all the stumbles for it. They're willing to have family members, friends say whatever about it and stick to that creative endeavor and rock with that. So they have a lot of endurance with how they want to support their creativity here. Okay? It could play out them being into strong illusions here as well. So just like I said, they could be honing on to that creative endeavor that they have, and it's like, all right, this is what I want to manifest, this is what it's going to be. Is like, as far as that being transformed, it'll take that could take a minute, because they're willing to go through the trials of anything that they're relying on a spiritual level, on a creative level. So like, this placement could be like a long lost guru. A lot of these I would say, yeah, I would emphasize the Pisces Aries cusp. The Pisces Aries cusp. Alright? Because Aries can have a lack of reality, and so can Pisces. So here they will put creativity and they perform the spirituality and their wisdom on the pedestal. But making sure that it gets stabilized and concrete is what we want to work on here. This is why I call it the spiritual freestyler, because they're able to go off the raw intention and action of the things that they already know, their wisdom and their subconscious feel for things. Okay? So it get deep with this cusp here. It get deep. It's like when I talk about the spiritual freestyler, when it comes into their creative endeavors, for y'all watching this right now, I bet you if you watching this, if you rap, if you sing, if you paint, you're able to do it off the rip of things. You don't have to plan it. You don't have to write that much. You could just throw on the music and go. You guys go off the intention of a vibe. You guys ride a vibe and help it cultivate what you're trying to work on here. So it's like your shit get deep when we talk about these fire water cuts. That's why I say these are some of the most creative energies that come together in the zodiac. Okay, they could also be romantic, real passionate lovers as well here. But we'll deal with some vulnerabilities that may transform how they deal with their emotions and giving their emotions to others, and have to learn to learn to love again a lot of times after certain situations. All right, with the emotions here. So, family, these are the energies we dealing with when we talking about the cusp alignments in the zodiac. All right, y'all make sure to go ahead and check out my Patreon to see, how we dive deeper on a lot of what I'm already talking about on YouTube. Okay, checking out monthly classes, celebrity breakdowns, and more. Go ahead, check out my website to go ahead and connect with the Lucky Libra. Until next time, family, peace.